Chaitra Nagaraja, and I'm an associate professor of statistics at Fordham University. I just wrote a book called Measuring Society, which is about official statistics. For example, unemployment is an official statistic, so is the poverty rate. These may seem really far away and abstract to you, bobbing up only when you read about the election or have an economic crisis. But they're really intended to describe you and your community. I first got interested in these kinds of statistics when I worked at the U.S. Census Bureau. As a statistician, it's not really surprising that I really like those kinds of technical details. But as I learned more about these statistics, I found that the history behind them was really lively too. And I hope this book shows how history sort of impacted measurement and measurement impacted history. To give you one example, Ethelbert Stewart was a person who worked at a coffin manufacturing company in Decatur, Illinois. He looked around him and saw that the workers were being treated very poorly, and he wanted to do something to help their cause. So he started looking into things, and he became one of the people who was very prominent in setting up the first unemployment rate collection. This is also affected by the Great Depression, when the stock market crashed in the late 1920s and the Great Depression started. People sort of looked around and realized they had no idea how bad things were. There was a lot of anecdotal evidence, but not really that much sort of quantitative evidence about the unemployment rate, which is why that precipitated the collection of unemployment by the federal government for the first time in sort of a consistent manner, which still exists today. A second example is sort of looking at the sort of society of the United States. Here we feel like you should pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and that's sort of the mentality people have. And that affected how people decided to measure poverty in the U.S. It's sort of a subsistence level rate. Do you make enough to sort of feed you and your family? As opposed to sort of a more European model where they look at a relative rate. Can you survive in the society you live in and compared to the people around you? So those types of things all affect measurement, and things go in both directions. I hope you enjoyed the book. Thank you.